Hi YouTubers, it's my video also something important, something kind of damn important, which is basically, I'm sure you've seen the title of this video, which I'm going to title the video is something like, I may have cancer. Yes, big ramble right now, try to keep this as short as possible. Long story short, this has nothing to do with pipe and cigar smoking, nothing to do with tobacco products. Basically, it has to do with my skin. So I went to the dermatologist today for a routine skin check, a 1 year skin check, basically that kind of shit, as in bullshit, And long story short, the dermatologist in the local clinic, she was a little bit suspicious about a spot on my skin. Basically, it looked like either a birthmark or a mole, a nice big ass mole like the big ass cigar, just being silly ass like the big ass cigar. And long story short, she looked at it twice and then she decided to take a biopsy. Yes, she took a biopsy, a scrape biopsy. Basically, she numbed up the area with Novocaine or some kind of numbing agent, and then she basically took a scrape off and then cauterized the area, and then basically, sewed up the area. And long story short, I'm waiting to hear back. They said about 10 days. So yeah, 10 days, and I'll hear back about the biopsy. I think the doctor was just being careful. So please don't freak out. Don't fucking freak out and think like, oh my god, smoking acid, he's gonna die. Oh my god, he has terminal cancer. Oh my god, he's gonna have to go through, brutal chemotherapy, brutal radiation therapy, all that bullshit. As in bullshit is bullshit. The dermatologist, her nurse, basically said, I'm not going to mention any names, strictly out of confidentiality. All she said was, worst case scenario, it is precancerous or it is something suspicious. Basically, you go to a plastic surgeon in the same office, doctor's office, nice big ass doctor like the big ass cigar, just being silly ass like the big ass cigar, and the plastic surgeon will remove the entire spot. It's nothing serious. I don't have, terminal pancreatic cancer or terminal lung cancer. This is a very treatable form of cancer if it is cancer. I don't think it's going to be cancer because honestly, skin cancer, if you don't know, I'm not a doctor, obviously, that kind of shit, is bullshit, Basically, it's just, from, excessive exposure to the sun or tanning beds, and I don't tan myself, I don't sit out on the beach and tan, nor do I do any kind of tanning beds. So most likely, if I did get skin cancer, it's probably just from, being out in the regular sun, the sun exposure. That's the shit I got it from, probably. Basically, the reason she's being careful, careful ass like the big ass cigar, is because when a doctor sees a mole that looks irregular, and she said it looked irregular, the mole, they think of melanoma, which is a possibility. They think of a possibility of melanoma. Now, they took the biopsy. I'm going to hear back in 10 days. I'll definitely let you guys know in 10 days when I get the biopsy back. And in terms of, what the next step is, she said either it's going to be number one, there's only two possibilities, only two freaking possibilities. One, it's either going to be nothing, and that's best case scenario, and ideally that's the best case scenario, and then there's nothing more to do, it just remains it is, and I'll have like a tiny little scar mark where they took the biopsy. It looks like a scrape, like you scrape your knee on some shit, as in bullshit, or worst case scenario, it is suspicious or it is precancerous. Basically, I'll go to the plastic surgeon in the same doctor's office, and they'll basically cut out the entire spot. It might take, I don't know, like half an hour to do that, maybe 20 minutes to do that, and then, that's about it. That's the worst case scenario. No, I will not have to go through, 6 months of chemotherapy and lose my hair. No, I won't have to, have radiation therapy and be barbecued. No, I'm not going to, end up like any kind of bad case scenario. This is not a deadly I mean, it's serious. I mean, skin cancer can be serious if you don't address it. I mean, I'm not a doctor, obviously a fucking doctor, but I mean, it's like if you don't address it and you wait for it to develop, it can potentially be life threatening. But I mean, it's not like it's not like people with like lung cancer, pancreatic cancer, or brain cancer, where I'm gonna have to go through a year of grueling treatment and have all kinds of shit. So as in bullshit. Anyway, that's about it. So I'm waiting to hear back. I'll let you guys know as soon as I get the biopsy results. Again, don't be freaked out. Don't be fucking freaked out and be like, oh my god, smoking SE, you're gonna die, or oh my god, this, oh my god, this, all that kind of shit, is bullshit, Worst case scenario, I go to a plastic surgeon and they remove the entire spot, and that's the only thing that has to happen. So, anyway, pretty fucking cool. Bye.